Okay, so with that said, let's go ahead and go around the horn and do some introductions really quick, and we'll go ahead and get kicked off with the demo. We're really excited to have you guys today. This is, I speak for everybody else on the call, this is my favorite time of the week. I love when we get together and we have fun as a team meeting our agents, right? It's an amazing time. I look forward to it every single Wednesday. Really glad that y'all are here. My name is Jason. I run the distribution for MGT. And honestly, the reason that I do what I do is because I love partnering with agents. And that's why this is the highlight of my week. So reach out anytime. You're going to have the contact info for all of us. We'll make sure that you get that as well as a copy of this recording so you can share it around the office. But yeah, let me go ahead and kick it over to Annalise if you want to say hi and share what it is that you do here at MGT.
Hi, folks. Yep, my name's Annalise, and I work in broker and customer success. So, anytime you have any questions or concerns about a policy or quote, you can get in touch with me. You can do it via phone. I'll give you guys our phone numbers, or you can email support@MGT Insurance. So, I'm just really here to help support you and your policyholders use the MGT platform and also just learn the self-service. So, you don't need to get in contact with us. We put you in control here at MGT of your policy. So, that's a good thing to know.
And I'm Dan, National Sales Manager here at MGT. Looking through the participants list, had a chance to connect with most of you. For those I haven't, great to meet you. For those I have, thanks for attending the webinar. Super excited to share a little bit of the MGT story with you today and show you how over 80% of our policies go from logging in to start a quote to bound and issued in 10 minutes or less. So with that said, let me go ahead and share my screen, everything teed up for us.
While he's doing that, y'all, just a quick reminder to drop your questions in chat or in the Q&A. Annalise and I would love nothing more than to try to interrupt Dan and stump him. So
bring it on.
So ask away, and we'll make sure that we answer all your questions.
So I have got the screen opened here to mgtinsurance.com. This is where our journey begins. And to sign in and start a quote, you just click here in the upper right-hand corner. That will take you into your dashboard. And this does exactly what it says on the tin. This is where you can start new quotes. You can also pick up quotes that you've previously worked on, and you can manage your book of business with MGT as well. Quick detour here, we'll look at some of the self-service features that are available. And these are available either for you or for the policyholder. So like Annalise said, we want to empower you to really take control. You can see here in the Documents and Communications Center, we're keeping a full record of all emails sent to that policyholder. So for example, if they reach out to you and say, hey, Jason, I made my payment. I don't think I ever got a receipt though. You can come in and look at this and say, they sent it to you on January 28th around 2:30 in the afternoon. You can download full policy docs, the application for your records, create your certificate of insurance, download your declarations page. There's a lot of good stuff just right here. Also, if we go back and check out the profile section, always like to highlight here that you're actually able to update contact information and mailing addresses. In my previous experience, I've had to fill out endorsement requests for this kind of update. Might take 30 days. Did it happen? Did it not? Who knows? We have to go ask and find out. With MGT, you just fire it up. You'll know within seconds. And if it hasn't been done, all you have to do is pop in the updated information. So we'll click on our name in the upper right-hand corner to go back into the dashboard. And then to start a quote out, we'll begin by selecting the industry. Good feature here is that we do have some keyword search built in. So if you're not sure what class of business you're working with, or if you just want to find out if we support a particular subclass, you can type in something like doctor. It'll pull up all the options for our medical office class codes, and then you can dial it in from there, really get it nailed down. I always like to start my demos with accountants, And once we've got the once we've got the class of business entered, we'll see a description of operations here. Just get opportunity to check in, make sure that's accurate and completely describes the risk. And then we'll put in the address. So once we've got the address in, then we'll click go to start the quote process. And we can check in right here, make sure that we're looking at the right address. Make sure there's not, for example, a dynamite factory next door. Double check the parking lot, make sure that looks nice. Check out the siding, roof details, just an opportunity to kind of double check what we're working with here. And then we'll start to answer the questions. Do you wish to insure any buildings? If we say yes, it'll bring up a couple sub questions. If we say no, it'll bring up a couple different sub questions. Really just trying to get a very quick sense. Is this going to fit with MGT? And make sure that the coverage forms that we're using are providing the correct coverage that they need. So I will not make you all watch me type this in. We'll just go back into the quotes section here and then use a little TV magic to pick this one up that I've already completed. So first step here is to enter in some basic information about the business. We've got the class of business and the address pre-filled from the last page. We'll enter the name of the organization, phone number, gross sales. We will write up to 5 million gross sales for office risks and up to 3 million gross sales for most other classes. We'll enter some information about the business owner, and then we can add any additional locations here as well. Once we've got that section complete, we'll click continue. And this next page, we can enter the effective date. We can enter the year the organization was established. We do write new ventures. We'll enter the entity type, number of employees. Generally, we'll write anything from 1 to 100 employees. And then some information about their insurance history. All pretty standard stuff here. Once that's complete, then we'll go into the eligibility section and start to define the scale and the scope of the insured's operations. You can see here, pretty lightweight. We've got four whole questions to confirm eligibility for an accountant. And honestly, some of these don't even impact the eligibility. We'll ask if they sponsor or co-sponsor any special events. And if they do, we can actually include coverage for those special events on the BOP, so you don't have to go find a new policy anytime they want to host an event. Now that we've got that whole section taken care of, we'll click continue, and then we can go into step 3 and start to enter in property details. Now, since you all are attending the webinar, I will share with you probably the most helpful tip. I see this happen basically every day. Someone will come in, yes, we own the building, we need building coverage, click, 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 get to step 3. Turns out it's actually a rental unit or a condo. We don't need building coverage after all. Save yourself some drama. Don't restart the quote. Just come here to this top drop-down box, click that, and then select business personal property only. That'll remove the building limit so you can proceed with the quote without having to restart it. From there, it's all pretty straightforward. How big is the building? What's it made out of? When was it built? We'll ask for a few details about the construction and protections, number of mortgagees, so we can make sure we've got all the additional insureds taken care of. We do provide an estimated replacement cost. This is a very helpful feature just based on some of the information that we've entered about this building. We'll calculate out a rough estimate of that replacement cost. It's not something that's going to lock you into it, though. You can put whatever number in here that you feel is appropriate. We're also in this page able to add any additional buildings at this same location.
And Dan, question that I know comes up pretty frequently in this space. How many buildings can you have? Can you have multiple locations on the same policy?
Very good question. So you should be able to add essentially as many buildings as you can fit in our total insured value capacity. We can write up to 2 million total insured value, and we can write up to 4 individual locations per policy as well. So great question, Jason.
Thanks.
Once we've got all the building details hammered out, then we can enter in any additional insured information that we need to. Click continue through. And at this point in the quote, if you see 3 check marks, that is an eligible risk with MGT. The next section is where we'll add any optional coverages. And this list of optional coverages populates based on the class of business. So anything available for that particular business will show up here. Great feature. I talk to folks every day who are growing their commercial team or bringing in maybe some personal lines producers to start working commercial policies. If someone on your team is just kind of getting used to the commercial space and some of the coverages that can be very particular, we do have these little question mark icons throughout the quoting process, and you can hover your mouse over those to get a little bit more information about what that optional coverage does. So once we select any optional coverages, there will be a couple underwriting questions to confirm that they're available. So we'll answer those and then click continue. And now we've got everything knocked out. So we'll click see your quote. And when this circle starts spinning in the middle of the screen, that's really where the magic happens. Behind the scenes, there's a lot of tech coming into play. We're running different checks, we're running some scoring, we're geolocating the risk, digging into different databases. That's what you might be waiting on an underwriter at a traditional carrier, couple days, couple weeks to get back to you with. And you can see here, even our demo system, which is kind of running on like the second string servers, knock that out in seconds. So we've got pricing back for either quarterly payments. That is going to be very transparent. It'll tell you exactly what the down payment is, what each installment will be. We also have annual pay available. And for that, we do offer a little discount. It'll tell you exactly what that is. We are a direct bill company, so all of those payments would be coming from the insured to us. So no agency bill headaches to navigate with MGT. In this next page, we can set all of our different deductibles and sublimits. We can add any optional coverages that are built into the BOP. We can waive TRIA. We can waive the right of subrogation. You can also view some included coverages. These are just written into the form, so you're not really able to update those, but this can be a handy section if you're working with someone who has a question about any of these specific coverages. Now that we've got everything really tailored to this insured and their insurance needs, we'll click continue. And then you'll see all these drop-down boxes are now grayed out. So from this page, we can't edit those. We could always go back if we needed to make further updates. But in this case, we can just print the quote out. That takes all this information, puts it into a nice, neat PDF with a cover letter that you can send over as part of your proposal. Once they're ready to go, we'll click confirm and purchase. And then in the next page, we have the option to either send the payment link to the prospect. We have just found over the years, not everybody likes to give their credit card information over the phone. And all of our BOPs come with some included cyber liability. So we greatly appreciate those folks and their commitment to data security. And if you are working with someone like that, just enter their email address twice here. Click send to prospect. It will send them a payment link that they can use. What that will look like is this page here when we click purchase now. Very straightforward. Just select annual or quarterly payments, e-check, credit, or debit. One feature I always like to highlight here, we do not charge any payment fees no matter how they choose to pay. From here, we'll just enter in the billing zip. Auto pay is automatically turned on. To turn it off, we would just uncheck this box, but I always advocate to keep that turned on. We've got the business information here. We'll just enter in and confirm their email address, agree that they're allowed to purchase the policy. You can print the application. We actually do not require signed applications, so we want to remove paperwork out of your life, not put more into it. But a lot of agencies I work with do like to save those, retain them for their records. You can do that as well. From here, we would just click submit payment. And as soon as that payment goes through, you get a nice little pop-up box. Thank you for binding this policy with MGT. We appreciate the opportunity to protect your business. We'll send the policyholder an email to create an account on our platform so they can access all those great self-service capabilities. And you as the agent will also receive an email so you have a record that this policy was bound and when. So it always takes a little extra long with my narrations along the way. But I hope you see now how something around 80% of our quotes are actually completed in 6 minutes or less.
Yeah, I mean, with all the talking, I'm pretty sure we were less than 15 minutes. So it's great.
Yeah, we've really done a lot to streamline it, kind of take some of that, extra baggage and just put it to the side. We're just asking what we need to know to feel comfortable with the risk. And then there's a lot of tech behind the scenes that lets us feel comfortable doing that.
And more to come. We're making some incredible improvements to make it even faster, ingest more data, allow more flexibility on your end as well, offer more classes, all kinds of stuff, right? So that's why these webinars, like any chance that we get to talk to our agents, are super important because we want to build this for something that you love using, something that you love providing your insureds. So it's really great to have you all here. We're just getting started, and we've got lots to offer you in the months and years to come. So reach out to us anytime. We're really excited to be partnered with you.
Thanks, folks. Have a great day.
Thank you so much for taking some time for us.